Well, howdy, howdy, howdy. Nearly Senior Citizen here. Greetings, boys and girls, and welcome to this another brand new day. It is, what the hell day is it? It is Wednesday. Son of a gun, and how about that? Thumbs up for that. Brand new day. It's foggy outside. There's actually fog in the trees when I look out there, so cool. And it's fog. It doesn't smell like smoke, so there's no fires that I know of. Anyway, thumbs up on that. No hamsters. I haven't swapped Dr. Snurf's and Saber's cage yet. And I'm going to. I just need to do some tidying up. I let it fall a bit on that side over there, so I need to tidy up, and then I'll be able to swap the cages. But right now, everybody is asleep. Absolutely everybody. Nobody is moving. Nobody is eating. It's just silence. They're all just sleeping. What's up for that? It's cool. I mean, hamsters are most active during the hours of dusk, dawn, and when they're not, they're usually active mostly at night. Usually. Mostly. Gojira, my little Hamatron down here, she's whenever. She does not act like a normal hamster, so thumbs up on that. Phew, I'm a little out of breath today. I don't have the Kofefe bug or anything like that. It's because I haven't been able to go out exercising. And after all, as stated before, as much as this does not do as much damage to your lungs, it does do damage. And I am a cannabis smoker, so there are some days my lungs just don't feel as good, and today's one of them. Hopefully I don't have the bug. Hopefully. Don't think I do. I mean, things are shutting down even further in Shelton. Now, they finally, yesterday, shut down the casino. The stores in town are shutting down earlier. The bad thing, of course, is this is going to have to last a long time. And the thing was, I was also reading from this person who's a specialist on this sort of thing. To make it work properly, it's going to have to be frustrating for the normal citizen. Because for this to work properly, to flatten the curve enough, to suppress things enough, it's going to look like nothing is happening. Because people aren't getting sick. There aren't crises. People aren't dying everywhere, and so it looks like, why are we doing this? Nothing is wrong. There's no crisis. Well, yeah, there's no crisis because we're doing that. When you don't do that, that's when the curve spikes, and that's when systems start getting overloaded. So, yay. But yeah, I was reading up on this one thing. They did three studies where they projected what happens if we do it like we're doing right now. What happens if we try just common sense and self-quarantining, and what happens if we use more oppressive suppression techniques. What we're doing right now, we are looking at about 4 million Americans dead. 45 or more hundreds of millions of dead around the world. Well, about 45 million plus, not 45 million hundred. It's a lot, the point being, and that's what we're doing right now. If we use the self-quarantining and all that, it cuts that down by half. Only 2 million Americans dead. Only about 20 million dead around the world. But we use the more impressive, oppressive suppression techniques, and it doesn't get anywhere near that. It's nowhere close. So, not sure what's going to happen. Yay. I do chat with somebody, though, who said that their father, or someone in their family anyway, is a trucker. Truckers have it really hard right now, and our country is still, it's dependent on the trucking and shipping services. But with restaurants closed, truckers can't just stop off at truck stops to eat now. And you can't take a truck through the only things that are open, the drive-thrus. And because of policy and safety, you can't leave your vehicle and walk up to a drive-thru window. That's not allowed. So truckers no longer have restaurants to go to and can't go through drive-thrus. So if you can, if you see, if someone looks like they need help, if you can offer in any way, go through a drive-thru for a hungry trucker so you can feed them. See what we can do. We don't need our infrastructure to further collapse. That would be very, very bad. Indeed. Really quick though, as an aside, I did want to talk about, because I've seen this and I love this so much on hamsters. I really, really, really like this because I don't know why, but hamsters just acting like hamsters just makes my heart melt. When I look down in my cage, my little hamster home down there with Gojira, and I've got a little water dish in there for her. When I see her just wander over to the dish, and then she just leans down and drinks, because they lean down, they lick, and then they swallow up, and then they just drink that down, and then they lean down, and they lick, and then they do that again. And it's, oh, my heart just melts. It's just so cute and wonderful. I like it so much. But what I really like, and I don't know why, this is combined with a sound. When they do things like come halfway out of their nest, and then they'll take their little foot and start just scooping up bedding and bringing it closer, and just hearing that sound of scoop, 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 scoop in the bedding, and then looking in there and seeing them doing the little scooping and bringing the stuff in. Oh, my heart. It's just so cute. I love it so much. Or when they're out running around in the other parts of their home bins, and they come across a bit of tissue that they want for their nest, so they stuff it into their cheek pouch, but it doesn't fit, so it's still poking out of their face, and they still take that and run back to their nest and then pull it out. It's just, my heart just melts. I don't know why, but we're all wired randomly, and all you can do is roll with it. Thumbs up for that. Real quick too, I also wanted to continue some minor talk about the fantasy world that I've been dealing with in the cosmic horror pantheon sort of thing, where it's the world of the bone-hurting juice, where you have the three characters, one of each of the races so far. There's other races on this world. Remember, there's a lot of critical successes. If you're just new and this is your first video, that's going to be confusing, and I'm sorry. If you watched yesterday's, I explained a bit, but right now I'm going to talk more about the Calendrus. Yes, indeed, because what happened in that, it's called the Calendrus because they were the Calendrus Mountains, and so they just call them the Calendrus, and that's what everybody ends up calling them. But after everybody in the Calendrus died because of this hideous undead plague that could have taken over the entirety of the world, and would have, if not for the 10 critical failures being countered by the 450 critical successes. And so when the random Brownian motion of the undead in the Calendrus brought them outward, that could have been terrible. But they were surrounded by desert and ocean, and then the Dwaylen, who, I'd mentioned, they have life trees, which they did amazing things, and they only discovered randomly that when that wood from the life tree chips any surface of those undead, it just instantly cancels out the magic, and ba-dumph, the bones fall, it's dead. And so they were able to take care of arrows that weren't, to pierce, but wide to cause damage to bones when they hit. And then, they were just, any hit, bang, the thing falls down. But It was 100 years after the first plague when, every single year, 1% of the remaining undead wake up. Now, I'd mentioned they have memories, but no personal memories. This means they do remember villages. They remember language. They know how to speak language. They understand how to get along with others. They know things like banking. And when they find others and talk to them, that they are awake as well, they've got all these memories, but no personal memories. You might understand how to do pottery, but you have no memory of actually being a potter. Every personal detail of every person's life when they were bitten in this undead plague, it vaporized any individual personality. So when they're waking up now, they have all this knowledge and they're new people. And so they understand cooperation and trying to get along and diplomacy. And they know that they're dangerous. They know that others are afraid. Which is why they know that since the plague is passed on by a bite, that's why to get out into the world and not be just instantly killed by everyone who's terrified, to leave, they have to have their teeth knocked out and either not replaced or replaced with ornamentative metal teeth. A lot of them don't bother having their teeth replaced because when they talk, it doesn't actually involve tongues and stuff. Yeah, their jaws flap, but that's because of just the magic, what they used to do to talk. But now talking, living, it's all that magical plague. And it is a plague. It's that magical plague that is keeping them alive. And they like being alive, so they understand they gotta not be a threat. But that's also in the Calendras, that magical plague still exists out there in the wild, just as loose pockets of magic. They have diplomatic missions. That's the word. I was trying to say diplomacy and diplomatic at the same time, and it wasn't working. They have diplomatic missions from people. They have embassies. There's trade. But while people are afraid of these people in general, they still come in for trade because money is money. And people come out to mingle with the rest of the world. Inside the Calendras, where there's the concentrations of those who are intelligent undead, the plague is pushed outward into the wild where there's nobody. So it's safest to be around the concentrations of those who can kill you with a bite. And it's unsafe to be out in the wild where there are none, because that's where the plague is. And so they come out after knocking out their teeth and replacing them. And they become adventurers, diplomats, just tourists. And it's cool. Now there's a lot of other things that are happening in this world. There's other things that happen that were just as close. I'm really slurring around my dentures today, and I am really, really sorry. That are just as close to of wiping out everything, but I'm not there yet on figuring out what's going on in that world. The one thing that I do know, because of all this random luck where the good things happened, Asatarasi, the actual name, though it prefers to be called Asatarasi because of an old pronunciation from a non-dead language. And Asatarasi loves knowledge. Always going and digging and hunting and finding and looking and creeping and crawling through the cracks that only a long centipede-like thing could do. And just fascinated when it finds all this old stuff, new knowledge, new things to learn. On this world where, with a nudge, everyone wandered upward toward good, not everyone, there's plenty of dark and evil in this world, a lot of it because of those critical failures. But on this world, Seder, Seder Asi, a God that is good. Everyone worships those people that dream of a Seder Asi. If they dream heavy duty, they enter the priesthood. If they only dream mildly, they might be minor officials in the church, or clerics, adventurers. But a Seder Asi is worshipped because of, well, not because of, but worshipped and loved for that love of knowledge, love of adventure, finding, exploring, knowing, learning. So how about that? Everyone worships Seder. Thumbs up for that. And hey, coming over here, I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab, and I'm going to go through and thank 20 to 25 people for having left me a comment. I'm not reading the comments right now. I'm going to read them afterward. Right now, I'm just thanking you for having left me a comment. Good, bad, and different. The fact that you left me a comment is awesome. Greatly appreciated. Whew. God, gotta breathe a moment. Really, I don't have the bug. Promise. If I mispronounce the username, no disrespect is intended. I'm an American English speaker, we're just not good at that. And of course, if I lose track while I'm counting, even though I count in American Sign Language, it's with my fibromyalgia, my brain damage from my alcoholism, my untreated ADHD, all these things and more, I'm lucky that I can remember anything at all. But I am getting better. Through time, I'm going to hit a functional limit soon if I haven't hit it yet. So just make sure I'm still centered, my OCD. Oh, my tummy. Slightly upset tummy, not quite sure why. Yesterday was not a good day. It was not a good day. Excuse me very much. Big T, thumbs up and thank you. Protector Drone, greatly appreciated. And boy, be very careful. Oh, and best of luck. Tyson's Dove Stuff, thumbs up and thank you. Six String Psycho, I like the next name. I like the next name. I like the name. Thumbs up and thank you. David Perales, Mhath. Oh, I'm nowhere close, but thank you. Ferber Merbider. I like the name. Thank you. Brutish Wing 2.0. Thumbs up and thank you. Midas. Thumbs up. Elderwolf 569. Hey, thank you for the info. Very, very cool. And Bailey Snyder. Greatly appreciated. Zeke. Thumbs up and thank you. We have Autism Awareness. Greatly appreciated. Paul T. Thumbs up and thank you. Colin Reisner. Greatly appreciated. Barry Cool. Thumbs up and good to see you. Saint 9. Thumbs up and thank you much. Ali Shabiri. Greatly appreciated. Good to see you in the comments. We have Harambe. Oh, Harambe left us too soon. Those bastards with their guns. And then we have Robzilla. Greatly appreciated. Russian Timing, thumbs up and thank you. We have Big Frogums, thumbs up and thank you. Stuart Sibbald, greatly appreciated. Gavin Levine, thumbs up and thank you much. We have Calander Shepherd, greatly appreciated. And Insignificant Nick, thumbs up and thank you so very, very much. It is greatly appreciated. You get me out of my head, into the world, dealing with real people. That is appreciated. I am depressed. And it's not good. So it's good to get out of my head. It really is. The echo chamber of your skull when you're depressed is not good. And dealing with people, even only in text, is a wonderful thing. Thank you so very, very much. Whew. If you could check out my various links down below, I have Twitter, Facebook, GoFundMe, Patreon.com. If you could donate to my GoFundMe campaign or become a Patreon.com patron like one of these beautiful and awesome people, that would be beautiful and awesome. If you'd like to help me out, but you don't want to send money to one of those two places, I have a PayPal link down below. My thanks to everybody who has ever sent me money through there. It is greatly appreciated. If you didn't want to send money, but you wanted to help me out, I also have an Amazon wish list link down below where I have things like cat food, hamster bedding, silly things, not silly things. If you could check it out, that would be very cool. Greatly appreciated. Now, do not feel obligated. I do not feel entitled. And if you cannot donate, or you simply do not donate, I take all good wishes and I deposit them in the bank of my heart where I draw interest, so thank you very much. And if you could, toss me a like. I do appreciate all the positive validation I get for my existence. Oh boy, my webcam has been locked up for all this time, so I have no ideas if it's going to work at all. Joy. If you could, toss me a like. I can't remember if I said this part already, but we'll go from there. That would be very, very awesome. Very cool. And if you could subscribe to the channel and hit that bell, that would be very cool. Greatly appreciated. I would understand if you did not wish to, but if you are down with it, I will do my best to keep you entertained from now to the literal end of time. Definitely a thumbs up. Well, hey, hopefully my webcam software didn't lock up entirely. Thumbs up for that. But I got this video, I got another video to edit and render, I got another one I need to record, edit, and render. So busy day, thumbs up for that. So you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, my friend, and that is a very good thing. And yes, be careful, be cautious, but don't be anxious. There's no need.